Welcome back to the South African Grand Prix for Formula FG Season 3. And this is what has just occurred. Takahiro Yamaguchi under brakes into the first corner, Crowthorne. And that is a big shunt. We do hope he is okay. Well, we'll see if we can get a look from Sigalakis' view. There he goes. Much like Rob Sharp last year. We'll see. You'll see him in the background in a moment. That is a lot of pace.
It's almost as if his brakes just did not come on.
Well, he's obviously missed his braking point a little bit.
But to go that far through, that's a very, very large gravel trap.
It's a very long gravel trap. You know, we saw the same thing with Rob Sharp last year. This was the onboard, which was seen live. Sorry that. Oh,
it's a big
massive shunt. So we do hope that Takahiro is okay. You don't want to ever see that. He was running well as well, which is a little bit harder as there's a couple of marshals there. Yeah, okay, let's just leave that alone. Nonetheless, start of lap 34 of 58, and Nathan Corns is still in the box seat as we are down to 14 cars. I think no, it's 15 cars. As we'll wait for Vimal Lana to sneak past the stricken JHR. Nothing much has changed then, except for the fact that Ishikawa, Kadera, and Utsa all move up a position to the top 10. Not to mention Costello, Brugman, Cox, McNamara, and Anna will all move up a spot as well. But just not quite into the top 10 there.
I keep seeing that yellow, the DTK on the side of the track of Harvey. Or is it Kadera? The one that went off. I keep seeing it and going, oh, someone's crashed.
Yeah, it's a weird place to leave it. Bentley obviously haven't created a fantastic engine just yet. There's a lot of work being done behind the scenes by DTK to get that engine into a good position, but obviously DTK do know what they're doing with their handbrakes, because that is on grass and that thing has not slid once. It's either that or those Dunlop tyres are hella grippy. Burner here, he has fallen off the back of Rautavaara quite badly, and he has got Deal onto him now. Ishikawa is around 9 seconds behind Sigalakis for 7th place. You'd fancy that if he can make that gap up, and there is time, the Greek driver won't have much to offer in resistance. Here's McNamara again. It's getting shown blue flags now. So that would be Corns onto the back of him, trying to see in the mirrors, couldn't find anything. The sister car of Sigalakis holding his own against Ishikawa's Razor.
Utz has made up a few positions after he's off earlier.
Indeed, yeah. So he pitted, and that wasn't a problem because he found himself back into third. He didn't lose too much from it. But then he did throw it off at at the S's as Burner and Deal. So Deal had gotten past Burner somewhere. Burner now back down the inside. We'll see in the background there. He can't get it done. Deal holds around the outside as now Martins is going to be under a little bit of pressure from Rautavaara. If Rautavaara can get past Martins, second place is definitely on offer, you'd have to say.
Yeah.
The RD's pretty quick, but I think the Apex is a little bit quicker should it survive, more than anything. Only one engine-related failure from the Playlife engine. I think it might have been transmission. As Kadera has a problem. Could be suspension, could be transmission.
Try and get back.
The end result is that is the second DTK to retire, and well, I don't think he's going to be happy about that.
It's a real shame for the DTK team. They were looking very good at the start.
Yeah, they were looking fantastic, and that is a suspension failure on the number 4 car. If you're the manager of the DTK team, you must be getting a little bit worried because you haven't got many lives left before Kadera is well within his contract rights to walk away. Burner now. So he has fallen off the back of Deal. Sigalakis is close, but not very close. Rautavaara continuing to chase Rui Martins.
Just in front of them, Martins is catching to Reed at about 2 or 3 tenths a lap currently. So that'll be interesting.
We'll have a check of that.
It'll be interesting if Rautavaara can get around Martins.
We'll have a look. I think Reed is pulling away slightly, but that could be because Martins has now stopped focusing on the back of the RD. Has focused more on where the front of that Apex is. As we are counting down towards next round of pit stops. If anything, I think Raven West are taking. They're going a little bit lighter. As Rautavaara a little bit wide there. He put a wheel into the dirt, into a rut there. So, and he's dropped a hell of a lot of time all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have too much to work with before Pablo Deal is going to be sneaking onto the back of him, and that would be a very good move by the Raven West team to get him onto the back of Rautavaara. Try to shore up that podium.
Yeah.
As Martins might have made a mistake himself, because all of that time that he had gained on Rautavaara, he's thrown away again.
Yeah.
And we can see, it's down to 5.4 seconds. He's behind Aaron Reed.
They may be losing their tyre grip. They are coming out to the pit stops. 2 mistakes in half a lap from both of them.
Down the hill, this is Jamie Cox. He finds himself 1.7 seconds behind Brugman, so I do believe he has been catching up consistently. We should make mention that with Cadera's retirement, that has put Harry Costello into the top 10 for RD. Slowly, as time moves on, it's getting closer and closer that V Malana will find himself in the points again. Right then. Back with Martins. The gap continues to shrink between the two. And I think Deal is making up a little bit of ground. See, what can Routavara do? Can he get close enough down the straight? That's a pretty big ask.
He won't make it this time.
Needs to be within maybe 0.3 of a second at the top of the straight, and he should be close enough. Anything closer and it'll be rather easy, but you got to be careful because Martins could probably try to dive back down the inside, as we've got Boots is going to be in the pits. Yep, that'll be his second stop. I think Corns is somewhere around 4 or 5 laps from pitting. Reed will be following him in, as will Martins. Routavara looks like he'll be going an extra lap. That could be crucial.
If he can fly around on his in-lap, he could jump at least one. At least Martins.
I think what's crucial here is that he's not going to have many people coming into the lane with him. I don't think anyone's close enough to impact Routavara while he's in the pits. Whereas there could be quite a lot of disruption for Reed, for Martins. For Reed and Martins, I think they're the two. Especially, I think Corns isn't going to make an impact. He'll be
way ahead.
I think he'll be gone. He might get impacted a little bit, but I doubt it. Now then, Reed down the inside of Utsu, who just comes out of the pits. We'll see at the next intermediate. See if that's slowed him down at all. It's about 5.8. Yep, about 7/10 of a second. Pablo Deal struggling to make any in-grounds. Sigalakis the same on burner. Here with McNamara. Not here with McNamara. Back to burner. Come down. For those guys that will come down to pit stops. As Utsu is on the back of Reed there. It's not for position. It's a case of, I think he's trying to unlap himself, and I don't think he really needs to. So in which case it becomes a case of he's arguably looking to impact the RD driver a little bit there. No doubt he'll probably sneak past down the straight.
Yeah, he's holding a lot more speed. newer tyres.
He's just got to be careful. He's got to get it done. Because he's going to get blue flags otherwise.
He's going to push Reed wide.
He gets it done now. He's got to start pulling away, and he's got to pull away fast.
Yeah.
As we have a yellow flag, and Costello's slid off. So he finds himself back in the 10. And he just misjudged it. It's such a fine line there. The drivers aren't getting it very wrong, but they're just losing a little bit of grip.
The first car off on that corner that we've had in a fair while.
Quite a few laps.
He'll be right to come back onto the track.
Almost. McNamara's not sure what's going on. As Utsa has stayed ahead of Reed, who will come into the pits this lap. As will Rui Martins. Meanwhile, Corns is already into the pits. In pops Reed. In pops Martin. Nope, 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 nope.
What happened there?
This is the first time I've seen this happen in Formula FG. Martins is coming along the straight. Has he just misjudged everything? Yep. He's misjudged the pit lane entry. He has not got enough fuel to get around again. Ishikawa's done exactly the same thing. So they're all pushing for that last little bit.
Jesus, you don't see that very often.
No.
The only time I've seen that was at the V8 Supercars Bathurst when I think it was a HRT, maybe Garth Tander.
I think it was Perkins, in fact. Yeah.
Perkins, yeah, went straight through.
So Ratavara leads, and he'll be pinned this lap. And there's nothing left in that tank. So Rui Martins from 3rd place is into retirement with no fuel. Ishikawa, if he can get to the top of the hill, he might be able to roll it. Now they're saying Martins is in an accident. That's not true.
No, it's not.
Ishikawa won't be able to make it either. So 2 cars run out of fuel by missing pit lane entry.
That's arguably...
There's another one, there's another one.
Headline is...
Brugman will make it. Don't think Cox will. They crash into each other.
Well, this is the major news coming out of this race. Four people missing the pit lane.
Is anyone going to make it? So Deal makes it in fine.
Yeah.
Berner doesn't.
Berner
Neither
misses.
does Sigalakis. Rautavara's obviously missed the lane.
He's seemingly struggling. He's going up. He should get to the top of the hill.
He's going to make. Is he going to make it? He's
driven off. He would have made that.
Yeah. No. Maybe.
He would have made it to the pit entry. Whether he would have rolled into the lane is another question.
So we've lost Cox because he ran out. Brugman in this time. Oh, there's a. And McNamara's missed due to Rautavara being.
He's lost a tyre as well, McNamara.
Yeah, he's thrown. That's been thrown away.
Yeah. I think Rautavara hits McNamara's front wing.
I think McNamara's had to take evasive action. Brugman only just made it in.
Yeah. So I think so far
Oh, there goes Vimalana. He's whacked that pretty hard.
the only 2 or 3 drivers that have got into pit lane without incident are Corns and Reed.
Ooh, goodness. Sigalakis doesn't make it in.
My God, this is a shambles.
Pablo Diaz put it off at the corner. He's the only one that's done something right.
That's just Corns and Reed. And Utsa is still in. Moving up in 5th.
Moving up into 3rd now.
Yeah.
Right.
That is something you do not see every day.
No, this is something that will now have to be looked at.
Yes.
So, with that, we're probably going to we're going to close the. We're going to, well. No, look, we'll keep commentating to the end. We'll just have to go with it as Anna rolls into 7th place by making it further than a few of the others. Utes are into the carnage zone.
So how many cars are left? I believe there's 5 cars. No.
We got Corns, Brugman, Reed, Utsa, Deal. That's 5. That's 5.
So we lost, I believe we had 16 cars before that incident. So we've lost 11 cars in that pit lane.
Something around that, yeah. Well, we'll have a look at the telemetry in a moment. It'll tell us exactly what we want to know. We do know that everyone up to Martin, so we had 14, so we've lost 9. Only a handful of laps to go. The course of action may well be a how should we? Well, we might take the results attributed from the closest lap, with no one gaining an advantage, mind you, from the closest lap to before this bug has occurred.
Which would arguably be just as Corns pitted.
Well, whoever pitted
just
first, we'll have a look at that. Somewhat sour end to the South African Grand Prix, as we will have to go back to find the proper result.
I believe, was it Ben Utsa was the first to pit about 5 laps previous to Corns?
Yes, but I don't. That is going to be the tricky one as to where we draw the line, because he was a long time before everyone else, because he was not on the same strategy. He was on a completely different strategy. Whereas, due to his early pit stop, he could only make it that far into the race. What's more, we have to be drawing a line at the point where cars that retired before this properly retired. So we have a couple more laps to go. There should be no real change in position. Reed and Brugman are the only two cars close on track, and that's a blue flag situation anyway. So
Reed should be able to pass on the straight without too much incident.
yep, and he goes by nice and easily. Two laps to go now for Nathan Corns.
Corns can almost just take his foot off the accelerator now and just roll to the finish.
He could almost try to go into the pit lane.
Brooklyn just sitting on the back of Reed. Reed puts in the new fastest lap.
I think that probably at Kadera's retirement, somewhere around there, the 14 cars will have to make a decision on them at that point. Final lap then for Nathan Corns. Lap 58 of 58 here at Kyalami, where an unfortunate pit lane bug has impacted the round.
I mean, what was otherwise very
It was an
entertaining
extremely
race.
exciting race. Kyalami has delivered 2 seasons in a row. It may have over-delivered a little bit at the end there. I think had there been one problem, it could be argued that it's okay, but to have 9 cars with the same problem, and especially with 2 cars to make it back and actually not go into the pits properly, is a bit of a shame to see.
Yeah.
So with that, we will make a judgment call. Nathan Corns does win this race.
Fantastic drive, great
With
job.
the fastest lap.
With a
on
new
the final
fastest
lap.
lap. Yep, Aaron Reed will come across in 2nd place. Brugman will be 5th. Boots 3rd. Deal 4th. What is a very interesting race. Corn's just over the hour mark, so a bit slower than last year. Boots are now across the line, and Pablo Deal. That is the end of that. So then,
We're in the point.
let's go find that. Full race results, there they are. Nothing to really look at. Corns, Reed, Utsa, Deal, Brugman. And then doesn't really matter. Everything from Kadera upwards doesn't count. So we can't say in 15th place was Toby Kadera. Takahiro Yamaguchi, large crash at the end of the straight. Lasky in 17th, Harvey, Rinyaho, Graham, Sharp, and Mishra. Like I can say the fastest lap, but that's not going to really count either, because half the cars didn't make it that far. So we will have a look at the lap chart, and so it's definitely the case of Martins was the first one to get there.
Tried to enter the pit following Reed.
Now try to have a look. So yeah, Cadera was a long way. Cadera was a long way before the retirement, and I think the other thing to look at is Utsa. Likewise, that is too far before the retirements. But it could be argued that he could have been in that position anyway. Well, actually, what position would it have been? Somewhere in the top 10.
Yeah.
Right. At that time, I do believe it would have been Corns. Interesting that Corns and Reed both got through fine.
It was after that when third place, Ray Martins.
Ray Martins never made it to the pits. It was the lap after. I think so. Rautavara never made it in. Somebody made it in. That was Deal. Deal was the only one to make it in. Other than, well, Utsa technically didn't make it in either. And then also Brugman was able to dodge a car.
Yes.
Well, that's that. Can we give you a accurate representation of the results? No, we cannot. No, we can't. In what is no doubt going to be a very big talking point for this season and for many seasons to come, this has been the South African Grand Prix. I do like to thank Aaron Reed for coming into the commentary box today. You know, like, I'll leave it to you if you want to say anything, if there is anything to be said, really.
Yeah, well, just a pretty sour finish to a very good race, I think. There's a lot of overtaking, high speed. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of the wash-up.
Yeah, we'll go and run some tests. We'll try to get to a point where we can be happy with the results that we're going to give out to everyone. That there'll be reruns, there'll be tests on the track, there'll be everything. We're not going to we're not going to take this result, I don't think. If this result were to go through, I'd be very surprised. We will get back to you, and we will be making a decision that we feel is in the best interests to everyone involved. So with that, we do thank you for attending, and we do hope you enjoyed everything up to somewhere around lap 45. Thank you, and we will see you next time. Thank you, good night.